everybody, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Lessons from Wall Street's Legends. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at Cathie Wood and her disruptive innovation philosophy that has made her one of Wall Street's most prolific creative investors this past decade. Now, these days, Cathie Wood has hordes of diehard fans as she waits for her next crisis to come around, helping her to soar even higher. Wood saw off 2020 as one of the best performing investors in the world of finance, while for 5 years in a row, her investment has been yielding a whopping annual return of over 30%. And just like that, the same girl who went to an all-girls Catholic school and had a strict religious upbringing ended up becoming a one-woman investor powerhouse, scaling the patriarchal peaks of American finances. So how did she do it? Contrary to her highly conservative upbringing, Cathie Wood's investment strategy is anything but. In fact, it's quite the opposite. As far as Wood is concerned, disruption equals profit and lots of it. Following a career in finance that spanned 4 decades, most of which she spent at PGIM and AllianceBernstein, in 2014, Wood founded Ark Invest, an investment fund whose focus is on novel, disruptive technology, or as she puts it, disruptive innovation. It's a form of investment strategy that combines short-term high risk with a longer-term visionary approach. So what can we learn from Wood's way of thinking? Wood wholeheartedly believes that novel technology is the most effective crisis-solving solution, and that her disruption-first investment philosophy is the route that will yield investors a higher return. Now, her main focus is on software, biotech, and online domains, while her investment portfolio includes names such as Tesla, Compugen, Zoom, cryptocurrency stock exchange platform Coinbase, and the e-commerce giant Shopify's online platforms. In 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Wood's innovation disruption philosophy really hit its stride, yielding jaw-dropping returns and unimaginable profits. Her major and ultimately successful bets on Zoom, Tesla, and Bitcoin all paid off big time in 2020, making ARK the top performing fund in its field. Within a year, ARK went from a relative niche fund managing investments worth roughly $3.5 billion to a high profile fund with upwards of $40 billion in investments. Most of the credit goes to its flagship fund, Ark Innovation ETF, which finished the year with a mind-blowing 153% profit. And for a while, it did seem as if Ark's growth potential really was limitless. So why has Wood's ETF been so successful? Well, here are some key tips from Cathie that you can use when choosing stocks. First of all, seek exponential growth rates. This means revenue that is likely to grow consistently in the next 5 years by 20 to 50%, and sometimes by even more. Second, search for disruption in artificial intelligence. Wood says, quote, every industry is going to be transformed by artificial intelligence, especially in the transportation, in the healthcare, in manufacturing, finance, and big data segments. As a result, market capitalization in AI, according to Wood, is going to scale in 10 years to $80 trillion. Also, diversify into liquid stocks during a bull market. Higher liquidity means lower risks. Stocks with higher liquidity tend to have lower volatility, which is a great way to manage risk in changing market environments. However, Wood's disruptive innovation strategy does not always lay that golden egg. In 2021, Wood took a hit when Ark suffered major losses, and in an otherwise phenomenal year from Wall Street, no less. This was a stark reminder of just how volatile the short-term risk aspect of Wood's strategy is. And at this point, no one can say whether 2020 will restore some much-needed peace of mind to Ark's investors. So, could it be that Wood has lost her touch? Or is a post-COVID world possibly too disruptive even for her? But just maybe, Wood has her sights set that much further ahead. After all, in her view, it takes at least 5 years to see any return on investment in innovation disruption. And the fact is, in the 5 years leading up to 2021, Wood repeatedly delivered for her investors with an eye-watering annual return of over 30%. The question now remains, can lightning strike twice in the next 5 years? Well, if you are a believer in Cathie's methods and would like to place at least a portion of your eggs in her basket, these are the Ark ETF's areas of focus, all of which are forecasted to rise in the coming decade. The genome revolution, autonomous robotics and AI, fintech, the private space industry, 3D printers, and of course, the next generation internet. Either way, if you're the thick-skinned, tech-savvy kind who believes in innovative companies even when their stock's taking a nosedive, then come on by and join the Cathie Wood fan club. Or you could just embrace her unorthodox business mindset and apply it to your own investments in the capital market. So, happy disrupting.